Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so honored that you could all join us. In this presentation, I'm going to talk about some of the health benefits of powwow dancing, as well as give a short description of each of the dance categories as I understand them. I will leave some time at the end of the presentation for any questions you may have. So please hold all your questions until then. These are my grandchildren, Wigmoke and Halushka Primo. They are Dakota and Umaha, and they are beginning to understand the protocols and etiquette of the powwow circle at a young age. My name is Dawn Arkinson, and I am the patient navigator for the Breast and Cervical Cancer Early Detection Program at the Great Plains Tribal Chairman's Health Board. I've been with the Health Board since March of 2019. I'm an enrolled member of the Chippewa Cree tribe of Rocky Boys Reservation, and I'm also part Blackfeet. I've been powwow dancing since I was a little girl, about 5 or 6. However, I do not consider myself an expert by any means when it comes to powwow dancing. Although powwow dancing was a way of life for me for many years, I stepped away from the circle in 2006 after the passing of my late mother. It's only really been in the past 3 years that I decided to start dancing again. And even at that, I only dance about once or twice a year, for several reasons actually. But one of those reasons is because I'm not in the same shape I was 15 years ago. Which leads me to talk about how powwow dancing can be beneficial to our overall health, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. We all know that getting regular exercise is beneficial to our overall health, and powwow dancing is how some people make that happen for themselves. Just like any form of regular exercise, powwow dancing can help improve blood pressure, help build a strong immune system. It can increase muscle strength. It can help reduce the risk of heart disease, strengthen lungs, increase bone density, and it can also help us lose weight. Taking care of ourselves physically also benefits our mental and emotional health and can play a role in taking care of our spiritual health as well. It is believed among some tribes that we keep ourselves healthy for the future of our younger generation. Pictured here are Leah and Lillian Fasthorse of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe, who are 4 and 8. They are a part of the generation we keep ourselves healthy for. In order to maintain good physical health, here's a list of activities that are suggested in order to do so. These activities can be recommended to maintain good physical health for powwow dancing also. Regular exercise, a healthy diet with lots of vegetables, not smoking, maintaining a healthy weight, and limiting your alcohol intake can be beneficial in keeping your blood pressure low and preventing heart disease. By doing these activities, you can also strengthen your immune system, build healthy bones, and strengthen your muscles. Participating in diaphragmatic breathing, paying attention to your posture, and laughing a lot can help improve your lung health. Pictured here is 15-year-old Otesquibiksaki Shabala of the Blackfeet and Navajo nations, demonstrating through powwow dancing excellent posture. By taking care of our physical health, we can live longer, happier lives. Not only does powwow dancing provide physical exercise, but it can be very beneficial for our mental, emotional, and spiritual health as well. In some indigenous tribes, it is tradition that when a person is in mourning after the loss of a loved one, they stop dancing for at least a year, sometimes longer, depending on the particular tribal tradition. The tradition among my Cree people, as it was told to me, is that when we lose a loved one, it is believed that our loved one would want us to be happy and comforted while we continue to walk upon Mother Earth. Therefore, we are encouraged to continue on with our life in the way that makes us happy. And continuing to participate in the powwow circle is strongly encouraged because it nourishes our spirit after our hearts have been broken. Amongst the Lakota, Nakota, and Dakota people, it is common to stay out of the circle for at least 1 year from the time a loved one has passed. The belief is that after a loved one has passed on, their spirit lingers and walks beside us. Therefore, out of respect for the sacredness of the loved one's spirit, the ones who have been left behind are encouraged to not go to large gatherings because of the possible negative energy that could be around and influence the spirit. Upon the completion of a wiping of the tears ceremony, relatives are encouraged to rejoin the dance circle and live their lives in a good way. Pictured here is my husband, Daryl Red Cloud, and my nephew, Adrian Primo, sharing Lakota spiritual and cultural knowledge at Crazy Horse Monument. There are several different styles of powwow dancing. Women and girls have certain styles that they dance, and so do men and boys. In the following slides, I will give short descriptions of each dance style the way I understand them. As I stated previously, I'm not an expert. For those of you who are joining us today who know more than I do, please excuse me as I do my best to give the appropriate explanations. Shundeen Shabala was 3 years old in this photo where she's riding Custer, a miniature pony she won in a Tiny Tot special at Crow Fair. The belief amongst most tribes is that women and girls are sacred and represent the gift of life because they were gifted with the power to bring life into this world and are to be treated with honor and respect. Their styles of dance in the powwow circle can be a representative of the sacredness they carry. In certain ceremonial settings, some tribes even believe that the Creator will hear a woman's prayer sooner than a man's, and that a woman's prayer goes straight to the Creator, whereas a man's prayer will endure many obstacles before their prayer reaches the Creator. The women's fancy dance category is considered to be one of the most athletic categories in the powwow circle. It started to become popular around the late 60s to early 70s. Some people say that this dance represents the dance of butterflies and dragonflies. As the women who dance in this category gracefully glide across the floor, expressing precisely choreographed footwork, they swing their shawls with their arms held out to look like the wings of our insect relatives. Pictured here is Kumi Suksavith, who represents the Lakota people of Cheyenne River. According to my understanding, the jingle dress dance comes from the Ojibwe people and is considered a medicine dance or a healing dance. The dress is made from tin pieces, traditionally snuff can lids, rolled up into cones and placed strategically throughout the dress so that while in motion, the dress makes a sound that is soothing to the ear. Some people say that the distinctive sound they make represents waves of water or thunder, and it's good luck because it scares away the evil spirits. The amount of tin cones adds weight to the dancer wearing it. The women and girls who dance the jingle dress style keep their feet low to the ground, occasionally lifting their knees just slightly. Arms are kept closer to their sides, unlike how the fancy dancer swings her arms. Pictured here is Paula Shabala of the Blackfeet Nation, demonstrating the physical prowess and concentration of the jingle dress dance. The women's Northern traditional dance is considered to be one of the original styles of the powwow circle. And contrary to what some people believe, this style of dance takes physical ability and strength similar to the fancy and jingle styles. Although women's traditional is a slower style of dance, it still takes strategic choreographical skill in order to achieve a style of grace that this dance is known for. Here is a short video displaying the talents of Northern women's traditional dancers. Some women wear a cloth-style regalia, whereas others prefer their dresses to be made of buckskin, just like the one Oteskwi Biksaki is wearing here. Jamie Yellowfish, who is Southern Arapaho, is pictured here demonstrating Southern-style women's traditional dancing in the cloth category. The women's categories of the Southern tribes are considered to be one of the most graceful styles of dance in the powwow circle. As they bend their heads and bodies ever so slightly during the downbeat of the drum, it is believed that they are looking for animal tracks. The Southern women's traditional categories is a skill that requires grace and poise. Here's another short video that I wanted to share so you could hear the kind of song that Jamie might be dancing to. Pan Pie Roberts is also a Southern women's traditional dancer and a representative of the Choctaw and Taos Pueblo nations. This photo was shared with me by Jamie Yellowfish, and I thought it was too beautiful not to include it. It's a photo of the Southern Women's Cloth category during Grand Entry at the Cheyenne and Arapaho Governor's Powwow this past July. Times ago, before Indigenous people were put onto reservations, our men were warriors and providers. They would keep themselves in the best physical shape in order to provide for and protect their people and families. The young boys would begin training to be warriors and providers at a young age. They ate only natural foods, and there was no Netflix to binge watch. Therefore, being healthy and fit didn't take as much effort and awareness as it does today. In the next slides, I will give short descriptions of the different styles of men's powwow dancing. Michael Roberts demonstrates the fast and intricate footwork combined with a spinning up and down movement of the body in the men's fancy dance category. Some people believe that this dance was originated by the Halushka Society in Oklahoma. One of the known trademarks for fancy dancers is the use of two large feather bustles. One sits on the upper back between the shoulders and the other on the lower back around the waist. You can only imagine the weight of these bustles along with the weight of the rest of the dancer's regalia. Therefore, one would need to be in the best athletic shape in order to dance this popular and colorful dance. Some tribes believe that grass dancing came from young boys tying grass onto their outfits. Dancers would tie the grass to their outfit as they flattened the tall prairie grass where the teepee lodges were erected or where a powwow would be taking place. This is where many of the movements are believed to come from. The dancers try to emulate the movement of the grass blowing in the breezes of the Great Plains as they sway from side to side. Desmond and Dakota Madera, pictured here, displaying talent and the athletic ability required for the grass dance category. The men's traditional dance provides an image of past warriors who would return from hunting or battle and tell their story through dance. The dancer is also said to be reenacting the movement of a warrior searching for the enemy. Isaac Weston and Nabahi Shabala display what one may look like while performing the traditional dance, which at one time was considered to be a ceremony. The men's traditional dance is one of the original dances in the powwow circle, and just as the rest of the dances do, takes physical skill and athletic ability to be able to move about the floor with well choreographed style. The movement of the chicken dance is one that is sometimes characterized as similar to a prairie chicken. This style of dance has very old origins in northwestern United States and areas of southwestern Canada. The chicken dance style is usually depicted in dress by the prevalent use of pheasant feathers in the regalia and feather bustles worn on the upper back. Their movements can distinguish the dancers during specific songs created for their dance discipline. In this photo, Sheldon Shabala and his young son, Nabahi, are getting ready to strut their moves in a chicken dance competition. It can be adequately assumed that their moves will highlight movements reminiscent of the prairie chicken mating dance. The straight dance is attributed to the Southern Plains tribes of Oklahoma. It is believed that this style of dance has evolved from war dances as a way to keep tradition and history alive. It is also considered to be more dignified or formal than other powwow dances. The dance is said to resemble a hunting or warring party, and therefore the dancer must not dance backwards, as that would symbolize a retreat from the enemy. James, Rainin, and Pacer Yellowfish are representatives of this style of dance and possess the physical ability to perform this dance with warrior-like movements. Before we do any physical activity, including powwow dancing, we should always stretch our legs, arms, and bodies in order to prevent soreness or cramping. Also, drink plenty of water, especially when dancing in the scorching heat, as some of us know how hot it can get at some of the powwows we attend. Always hold your core while dancing. This will enhance your workout while on the dance floor. Now that I've described each of the dancing styles in the powwow circle, remember that by taking care of our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health, we stand a chance of living longer, happier, healthier lives. Powwow dancing is just one way people fulfill that for themselves. By staying active, we can reduce a number of health risks, including heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, and obesity. We can also strengthen our muscles and bones. Powwow dancing can also be lots of fun, and it can do wonders for our mental, emotional, and spiritual health. In historical times, powwows were for ceremonial and celebratory purposes. But today it seems that it's become more about competition and money rather than how our ancestors participated in powwows. When these little children start out, they do it because they like it and they have fun. The innocence of their spirits can be an example for all of us to just enjoy whatever we choose to do to be healthy. Don't worry about the competition or the money involved. Just have fun and be healthy. Let's all be an example for our future generations, just as they are an inspiration to us. If you'd like to get a real good look at powwow dancers in action, you can join either or both of these groups on Facebook, or you can follow the links provided here. The Quarantine Dance Specials 2020 group is where you can see a wide variety of videos of dancers and their styles. This group was created at the start of the stay-at-home orders across the nation, when major powwows were being canceled. The Social Distance Powwow group is another platform of people sharing songs, and there are some dance videos that you can see there as well. I just want to give a huge thank you to all the people who graciously shared their photos with me for this presentation. And I do want to mention that I do not own the rights to any of the music played in this presentation. Thank you all for tuning in today, and I wish you all a safe and healthy afternoon. Are there any questions?
Thank you, Dawn, for that awesome presentation.
You're welcome.
I just want to let everyone know that there will be an evaluation link in the chat box. If you could please take this survey, that would be awesome. Oh, looks like we did have a question in the chat. It says, can you tell me, as a non-native, do you need to be invited to powwow?
Not necessarily. However, it is expected for non-native people when they do attend a powwow to be aware of the protocols and to be respectful. I know that a lot of times non-natives like to go to powwows and freely take pictures. A lot of people who are participating in the powwows don't really care for that unless you ask their permission. So no, it's not necessary to be invited.
Thank you. This presentation will be recorded, and it will also be sent to you all in a follow-up email. We do also share it on our YouTube channel as well. Is there any more questions? All right, well, just stay tuned. Our next webinar will be on the second Wednesday of June, so on June 10th at 1 p.m. Thank you, everybody, for watching.